Hey, it's Gareth here. Now, I normally make videos around my specialty of marketing. However, there's a lot of other information I want to share and give back to the world. So I will also be releasing videos periodically around the topics of productivity, career, and personal development. And the topic I'd like to talk to you about or share with you today is around productivity choices, or a type of productivity hack. So let's get into it. So this could be called task modality, but one of the things you should get better at as you go through life is recognizing what your strengths are. And one of my strengths is definitely taking complex things and making them simple. So stuff like this just drives me nuts, particularly in the corporate world, which thrives on people taking simple things and making them complex, particularly if you work for a company that's run by engineers and accountants, as opposed to marketers. Well, not to say marketers don't do that too. Either way, take things simple. So take complex things, make them simple is a rule for life. So instead, what are we talking about here? We are talking about productivity, and this could be called productivity choices. So you're trying to be productive, you're trying to make something which results in an end product, something. You're trying to create something, either an actual product or presentation, something, right? And you have three choices about how you make this thing, all of these colors. So what are the choices? So choice number one is make it the best it can be. Make it great, right? Make it great. And by sub-definition, I'll put in brackets. And you, because if you make it great, you'll get all the accolades, all the rewards. You will be great. And this is how we are trained. If you've come through our traditional education system, particularly in Western education, this is how you're done. Do the best you can do, get 10 out of 10 on the test, do the best science project, do the volcano, doing everything. The person who comes first with the best gets all the rewards. So the person who comes second or third maybe gets something, but if you're not the best, you don't stand out. You have to be, it's a competitive culture, whatever, make it great, and therefore you. So you get into the world of work and business, and you try to make things great. Trying to make everything great. And that's one option. Second option, you may have heard, which is this. Don't let great get in the way of good. Don't let great get in the way of good. If you hear this, like, what does it actually mean? Okay, it's when you're trying to make everything great, but sometimes things are just good enough. Sure, sometimes you do need to make it great, and you need to acknowledge that. I've worked on like customer presentations where you're trying to win a customer, a multi-million-dollar account, and you've had everybody in the room, you've had special consultants come in. It took us like 4 weeks to make a 10-slide presentation, because you needed all the data, it needed to be perfect, you had designers, there was millions of dollars at stake. So yes, it had to be great, okay, because that's what differentiated us versus the competition. But other times, don't let great get in the way of good. When is something good enough that it's good enough, release it, do it to a certain level, and then it's done, stop. Don't, because you're losing productivity, right? You're going to keep working on it. It's not going to add any more value if something needs to be a 7 and you're going to keep working at it to get to a 10, right? Another example of this, I had to give some feedback to a video editor fairly recently where he needed me editing and creating one video per week. It was taking him 3 weeks to do it. And what he was making was beautiful. Films, scenes, the right music. And I said to him, you're making a Bentley when you need to be making a VW Golf. You get the analogy? Bentley's beautiful, it's great, it's perfect, but they maybe make a few of these a week, where VW Golf, high quality, functional, they make hundreds a week. So what are you doing? Do you need to be making hundreds a week or one a week? If it's hundreds, it needs to be good enough, right? That's the second criteria. The third one, which you might not have heard about as much, but is also very useful, is sometimes done is better than good. Sometimes done is better than good. And this video, whoops, there we go, is a perfect example of that. I could be creating and doing perfectly wonderful videos, editing, super duper lighting, super duper designers. It'll take too long. I will not be able to do the amount that I want to talk about, the volume of what I want to talk about. If I'm in a beautiful studio filming all day for weeks in suit and tie and lighting and then wonderful editing, this is on my phone. I'm doing it on my phone, done, and I'm going to upload it. No editing, nothing. Why? Because done is better than good, as you can see here. Done is better than good, right? The message gets across. What do I want to achieve by this? I just want to share this message. And this volume and this production level is good enough. It's done, right? The message is out there. You'll find it useful. So sometimes done is better than good. Now, how this all ties together, okay, that's interesting, Gareth, but so what? How this all ties together, how I actually use this, is kind of toggling between these, right? If I get a task, I sometimes pitch. This is a scale. That's what this is here, right? That's what there's numbers on it, right? So it's a scale. There's 1, 2, or 3, right? Where does this sit in the scale? The particular task I have to do. Say it's a presentation. If it's an external customer one, I'm guessing it maybe it's there, but I need to check. If it's an internal one, and just like to some big senior management, sure, maybe it also needs to be there. But if it's internal to your own team or your own boss, maybe it's this. Okay, good is good enough. And sometimes you can check this with your management, or check this with your company. If it's your company, you decide what's what. Tell people, right? This is a 1, 2, or 3. Make this great, make this good, make it done. Get things done, get it out there, right? That is good enough for this particular task. So you can tell people it's this, it's this, it's this, because people need direction as well. And sometimes if you're unsure, go and ask your boss, ask your line manager, look, I think it's this, am I right? They could say, yes, it is, or no, it's great, or actually, it just needs to be done, right? If it's an update on some letter or terms and conditions, where does this sit? Pick what the task is, pick what it does, toggle between these. And I use this all the time. I think, okay, is this done? Done is better than good. Don't let great get in the way of good, or make it great. And obviously, the key factor here is time. All the time is taken up to here. If it needs to be great, great comes at a cost. That cost is time. Good, in between. Done doesn't mean bad, doesn't mean CRAP, right? But it's done. It's done to a certain level. You can still decide what does done mean to you. It doesn't mean like cobble and throw CRAP out there. It still has to be, particularly if it's your company or other company, you have to know what the standard is. But it's not great or good, right? So it's quick. So this is the productivity hack. I'm here. I'll do this really quickly. Get it done. Get it done. Make it good. I told my video editor, stop making it great. These particular series of videos, I need good. I need 1 a week. So that make it here. And this particular video I'm making right now, it needs to be done because I want to get it out there quickly and it's good enough for what I want to say. So that is it. Productivity choices, productivity hack. I use this all the time. I hope it's useful to you. If you have any comments, let me know what you think about your feedback on this topic. And if there's other topics you would like me to cover, obviously specifically around marketing, I will be doing that all the time. That's my specialty. That's what I'll be putting out in my channels and across my social media all the time. But if there's other topics you want around productivity, career, and personal development, let me know in the comments below, or comments everywhere. Send me messages, other good topics you want to cover, and I will cover them. Hope you found that useful, and I will see you soon. Cheers.